Welcome back to the Rogues Gallery. This is Woodpunk, and I hate this game for a lot of reasons that we're going to get into. I don't really plan these out ahead of time, but my guess would be it's just going to be 20 minutes of me going ham on this game. And not even the good kind of ham. Like, I'm not drunk, probably won't talk about Chevy Chase for half the video. Really, it's kind of a wash. But in the interest of pretending to be objective, let's get into gameplay. This area right here is our upgrade center. We'll be back here later, so for now we're just going to get into it. This game has 4 worlds. Each world has, I think, 6 levels. I've beaten the first one. I'm currently on the second. So we're going to jump in there. Every time you enter a level, it'll give you a random objective. This is one of the simpler ones. It's just to survive 3 rounds, so kill everything. You also start with 2 random weapons. A ranged weapon and a melee weapon. In my case, I got a sword, and it's actually a good sword, too. Melee weapons in this game are really good. First of all, because they don't reload extremely slowly, mostly. And second, because they can soak bullets. Now as the game goes on, I have started to see more enemies that have actual capacity to deal with ranged, or melee weapons, but still not too bad. Second thing we should talk about is the jetpack. It is the blue bar on the top left. Basically, it's the dodge button. I can use it to fly over small walls. I can use it to fly over enemies. It recharges at a decent rate, but you can't really just spam it. And then last, the core mechanics is our little machine buddy. So that hammer and wrench at the top is a countdown timer. Once it fills up, we can call our buddy and he can build us something new, like a spear. Bear in mind, what he builds is totally random. It could be better than your current weapon. It could be worse. It will most likely be worse. The spear's kind of neat, though, I guess. It's more or less a one-hit kill. You can poke people, catch them on the spear, throw them. Good weapon for dealing with beefy enemies, not so much crowds. Should have one more round. I can make something new. Sure, let's grab this thing. So weapon comes with all kinds of modifications and ammo types. This one shoots bombs. You should probably not shoot this right next to yourself or you'll take huge damage. It looks like it has a large clip, so I can shoot for a while before I can reload it. And it has a spread. So there, not that bad. So you're probably wondering, like, hey, this game, it looks fine. Why would you hate it? Looks alright. Well, I feel like there's a skeleton of a good game here, but there are so many decisions that I take issue with. Like, we're gonna see one right now, the one that bothers me the most. So I beat this level. I did pretty well, if I do say so myself. I'm good at the video game. So whenever you go to the next level, that stuff you had, it's gone. They just randomize your equipment again. And that pisses me off to no end. Like, that's an egregiously bad decision, and I'll try to explain why. Basically, no matter how good you do, no matter how bad, the game is going to take your stuff. It's going to punish you for doing well. Or maybe not so well, but you're still punished for surviving. You had a cool thing? Oh, fuck you, you don't have it anymore. You have a random thing now. And yeah, I know, that's the thing about roguelites. The game, it's a feature that the game fucks you over, not a bug. But the problem is, this one, I feel, is a little too random to just take your stuff. Like in every other twin stick, the scenario would be, you walk into a room. You see an item. Maybe you know what that item does, maybe you don't. But you can choose whether or not to pick it up. It's your choice, ultimately. This game strips you of that choice. You go into every room with a random assortment of weapons. So it often feels like you're being punished for no reason. Now this might be okay if almost every weapon wasn't a piece of trash. There is an upgrade tree, and it very slowly upgrades better weapons, but they still have a drop rate, so you might not get anything good. And it just feels very frustrating to play well and then have your shit taken away. So that's my main problem with this game. Also, I should protect my machine over there a little better. But hey, we did it. I mean, I guess now that I say all that, it doesn't feel as ham as I thought. But there's more. I have more complaints. In addition to the weapons being shit, pretty much all around. Another problem is that ranged weapons reload glacially slow. Like this one, it has a spread, so a spread and a small ammo capacity, so I can fire it once, and then I have to wait until the tectonic plates shift to fire again. And this is pretty common with every weapon. This stage, by the way, all you have to do is survive. Tombstones will occasionally be destroyed. Once all the tombstones are destroyed, you get a way out. But I can tell you right now, this is not going to go well. So yeah, most of the weapons don't feel very fun to use. One of my big complaints. Oh no! My ass is dead. Alright, well, now's a good time to talk about the workshop. So this ties into weapons being bad. In here we have different outfits. They're unlocked occasionally. They give you different abilities, like this one gives you more health, reduces your movement speed, so it makes you immune to poison. Obviously I don't have a lot. But the main highlight here is the tech tree. The way you get more better items. More better items in the game. The tech tree in this game reminds me a lot of Everspace, and that it's a real big fucking grind to unlock anything good. So I'm about halfway through the tree on its 3 portions. So I have a lot of money right now, so let's unlock something. So for example, I could unlock the shrapnel cannon. It's a new ammo type. It'll do high damage, and it has a drop rate, which is high, so that's good. It makes the drop pools a little better. I'm also going to unlock more health. Now, I've been playing this game for a bit, and it took me about till halfway through the tech tree to beat level 1. So it feels like the stuff you unlock is not very good, and even if it is good, there's like a small % chance you're not going to get it. You're more likely to get a level 1 weapon that's terrible. But that's the tech tree. And I think that's the only thing to show off in this room. So let's give it one more shot. But yeah, it reminds me of Everspace in that regard, in that it's way too grindy. You have to grind way too much to stand a chance. And then again, the randomness element of the weapon means that you could unlock a whole bunch of good shit, and then the game is going to constantly replace your weapons, so it's more likely you'll get bad stuff than good. And in that way, it kind of reminds me of a game I played for this LP, like near the very, very start, which was Out There, where the game sort of arbitrarily decided whether or not you would be able to get enough fuel for your ship. There was like not a whole lot of choice you had in the matter. Now this game is a bit different in that I can control and shoot and move around, so there's some element of skill, but I still feel like there's too much randomness in the mechanics. Also, please note how slowly this gun reloads. This one is not quite as slow as the last one, but it still feels like I don't know, California's gonna sink into the ocean before I can actually get a few shots off. Didn't I say I was gonna bitch about this game the whole time? What time are we at? Oh shit, it's been 20 minutes. Actually, that's not true. I've had to do more than one take, so it's probably only been like 10 minutes. Either way, I think I've said all the bad stuff we need to say. I don't think there's anything else off the top of my head that irks me. So let's see if we can actually, you know, beat the boss this level. Oh, I lied. There's one more thing. Alright, so if you've listened, you may have heard me clicking like a maniac. I don't have to do it with this gun, because this gun is an automatic gun. So for this gun, I can just hold down the left mouse button, and I'll shoot. For every other gun that's not automatic, you gotta mash on left mouse. And I know that seems like I'm nitpicking, but after you play this game for an hour, and you just slam it on left mouse all day, it gets to be a little cumbersome. My poor fingers can't handle it. And it's just a bizarre choice to make a gun not be able to auto-fire, to shoot individually. Anyway, that's my last one. Back to zombies, I think. Nope, not zombies yet. But other than those things, I think, like I said, there's a skeleton of a good game here. I think the art's alright. It's very Into the Gungeon-esque. The color palette seems to work fine. Bullets are big and red and glowy, so they're easy to see. No real complaints there. Also, you probably noticed this by now, but objects are destructible, so I can destroy trees, I can destroy walls. Normally, that's just a detriment, because, like, you want to hide behind stuff and then it blows up. These fuckers just came out of nowhere. But hey, it's kind of a cool note. Where's that last thing I need to blow up? There it is. That ship can land on you and kill you. Just, it's happened a few times. Alright, I'm definitely gonna die in this next part. Like, if I had the sword, I'd be good, because it's great against zombies. But they're just gonna give me some random shit. Alright, full disclosure, I did die. I hella died. But I wanted to show off at least one boss. So we're back in there. This time I got a slightly better weapon in the form of a gun. The chainsaw is okay, not great, because it imposes an ammo restriction on melee weapons, and that's kind of the best thing about them. You don't have restrictions like that. But this level is mostly about just playing keep away. You can take out some tombstones to make it go faster, but they'll all break by themselves eventually. This specific gun has a fast reload time, although a small chamber, so it kind of shakes out to the same thing. But the shrapnel guns are probably the best ones in the game that I've unlocked. But hey, we did it. So I need to get in that pod, which is really hard when there's, you know, a giant, massive skeletons trying to murder you. So the best strategy I've found is just do another lap around the level, lure them all to one side, and then jet over to the pod when you get an opportunity. Get it. So the level 3 in all the worlds is a sort of special encounter, and then we go back to the usual. We got another survive the rounds, which are the easiest ones to do, and an automatic shrapnel blaster. So it reloads pretty fast, and it shoots pretty fast. Also, you can just hold down the mouse button, so my finger is happy. But yeah, notice the shrapnel gun takes care of the guys with the shields in like 3 shots. Any other gun would take, I don't know, the crossbow takes like 20. Laser beam takes 4 or 5. Shrapnel gun's pretty good. And I got it again. Just lucky today. Make quick work of these guys. And they got some health, which is good. And now we'll go to the final level. Or at least the final level of this world. This is it. What this is I have to survive 2 rounds as per usual. And in the 3rd round we'll actually see the boss. Unfortunately, I did not get a good weapon this time. The flamethrower is pretty slow, especially when it's in spread mode. It'll do the job, but also I tend to run into my own flames a lot. The spear, however, is much better. I think I've mentioned how good the spear is. You can't throw the little skeletons because they only have 1 HP, but any other enemy you can stick and throw into a crowd. Plus, like all melee weapons, it soaks bullets. Also, I crafted a worse gun than I already had, so I just kind of ignored that. But yeah, spear takes care of shield guys in 2 hits. And it's far outside their melee range. So it's kind of a toss-up between spear and sword, which is the best. Sword shoots fast and can hit a wide area. Spear can only hit 1 person at a time, but it can kill pretty quick. I also picked up a special ability. And here's our he's our 2nd level boss, the Necromancer. I'm gonna go ahead and use that ability I got. It's just a bomb. It goes forward and blows something up. This time I think it blew up some skeletons because it sure didn't hurt the boss. This gun does, though. But unlike the first boss of the game, which is more or less a melee boss, this guy can do some range stuff. He mostly summons skeletons, but he can do a little bullet hell patterning. Not quite as much bullet hell as other twin sticks in this game, at least so far. But this guy is the first time we'll see a circular spread pattern. I guess the spear's alright for crowds too, if they have, 1 health. I could also use this melee weapon on the boss, although he does have an area attack if you get too close to him. So I stuck with the gun. And the last thing it can do is it can drop these little skeleton generators, which you should probably take out as soon as he drops. Not that I do that. But yeah, I came in here with a lot of health, so I'm pretty good. Got him. So once you take down the boss, they drop a bunch of gold. And then the level's over. You win. You usually unlock a new suit. And then you can go home and spend all your hard-won cash. So let's take a look at that suit, actually. Which is not too great. You come back after death with 1 health. Not super helpful. But hey, that's Woodpunk. I hate it. Anyway, Merry Christmas, you filthy animals, and a Happy New Year.